Before we get into today's Sonoma County market update, yes, I know, the voice. I promise I have not taken up smoking. My daughter and I have been fighting the flu for the last week, but bear with me, the information that I'm about to share is good, even if the delivery sounds annoying. So the March numbers just dropped for Sonoma County, and honestly, they surprised me in the best way possible. We've got rising prices, surging pending sales, mortgage rates doing something they have not done in over a month, and if you're buying or selling here, stop scrolling and let's get right into it. Let's start with the data because March told a really encouraging story for Sonoma County. The median sold price jumped to $808,000 in March. That's up 6.3% from February's $760,000. Prices are not just holding steady, they're moving up. Compared to 6 months ago, we're up 3.6%. 846 homes were actively listed in the month of March, up 20% from February. More inventory means more choices for buyers and more competition for sellers. Spring is officially here. 290 homes sold in March, up nearly 23% from the month before. This means people are buying. But here's the number that really caught my eye. 397 homes went under contract in March. That's up nearly 46% from February. That means nearly 400 buyers said yes in 1 month. That's a massive signal of what's coming in April and May. A few more numbers worth knowing. Homes sold faster in March than they did in February. Average days on market dropped from 78 days to 66 days. That's a 15% improvement. Spring has a way of doing that. We're sitting at 2.9 months of inventory, down slightly from the 3 months last month. Anything under 5 months still leans towards a seller's market, and we're well within that range. And homes are selling at 95% of their original list price. That tells you that well-priced homes are not sitting. Sellers who price right are getting close to what they're asking. Now, let's talk about mortgage rates because this month has been a wild ride. You might remember back in February, the 30-year fixed rate had dropped to just under 6%. Really exciting because that's the lowest it's been since 2022. Buyers were energized. Then the US-Israeli conflict with Iran started at the end of February, and rates climbed all the way to 6.57% by late March. Then, this week, President Trump announced a 2-week ceasefire with Iran. Stocks had their best day in a year. Oil prices dropped, and mortgage rates followed. As of this weekend, the 30-year fixed is now averaging around 6.15% to 6.37%, depending on your lender. Now, that's still not the 3% rates we all remember, but it is lower than this time last year, and it's headed in the right direction for now. Now, I want to be straight with you about the ceasefire because it's not as clean as the headlines make it sound. VP Vance was in direct peace talks with Iran. As of this morning, those talks ended without a deal. Both sides said that there are still significant gaps, and Trump has threatened a full naval blockade if an agreement cannot be reached. So, the ceasefire is technically still in place, but it's fragile. If talks resume and a real deal is reached, oil prices keep falling, inflation cools, and rates could drift back towards where they were in February. If the conflict resumes, rates could spike again and fast. But here's what I want you to understand. Real estate is local. The headlines are all about oil, markets, and treasury yields, and the Strait of Hormuz. But your home's value is driven by what's happening right here. Local jobs, local inventory, local demand. And right now, in Sonoma County, prices are up. Pending sales jumped 46%. Buyers are active. World news affects your mortgage rate. It does not determine your market. Those are two different things, and knowing the difference is how you make a smart decision instead of a fear-based one. So what does all of this mean for you specifically? If you're a buyer, rates are at their lowest point in weeks. Inventory is up 20%, and that 46% surge in pending sales tells you that other buyers are already moving. This is not a market to sit on the sidelines. You can always refinance when rates drop. You cannot go back and buy the home someone else has already bought. If you're a seller, the March numbers are working in your favor. Median sold prices are up 6.3%. Days on market are down 15%. Homes are selling at 95% of list price. Spring is here and buyers are active, but pricing it right is still key. Overpriced homes are still sitting. This market rewards accuracy. And if you're dealing with an inherited home or an estate sale, this is my specialty. Those sales have specific timelines, court requirements, and the rules that most agents simply don't know. In a market like this one, that expertise matters. That is your April 2026 Sonoma County market update. If this was helpful, hit subscribe. I drop these videos every month so you always know what's happening in our local market before you make one of the biggest financial decisions of your life. I'll see you in the next one, and hopefully with a better sounding voice.